Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. Trailer, there's a mo, it's a beast.
Shut the fuck up! Fucker! Move!
How does it feel, ladies and gentlemen, to be a part of the infamous Losers Club? You know, it really must be so incredibly sad. We tried to tell the fake Mafia fans that the cracks were starting to show. They didn't want to listen. And here we are yet again on the biggest entity in all of Vidya, Grand Theft Auto 6. Because you see, in about 280 days, Rockstar seemingly is pulling the curtain back, and GTA 6 will hit store shelves. And everyone in their grandma will be playing this game. Everyone in their grandma will be covering this game. Everyone in their grandma will be talking about this game. That I could tell you, Grand Theft Auto 6. And look at this right here. 111 coming through supporting the broadcast here. Get the lasers out for that.
You are losing the plot, man. I like your style.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from, but we do appreciate the support coming through. The 111 in the building. Papa the Cherry setting the mood, the vibe, the tone, and the atmosphere for here today. And we're hoping other people start following suit. You guys fell off. I mean, really, honestly, I didn't fall off. I'm right here to do the show every single day. But when people just can't show that they're willing to get in here and participate in a way that makes sense, then it's just a really hard thing to do. So, nonetheless, the 111 is coming through in a way that makes sense. Plus, we didn't need you guys to get, 2+ million views that we got on Mafia, the old country, on both platforms. Well over 2 million views, 1 million views alone on YouTube here, and on TikTok over 1 million views over there. So, it's just almost 2 million. So, it's just a crazy thing. It's a really crazy thing. But I will tell you that the fake Mafia fans, they didn't have... They have the balls to come in here and tell me that I was wrong, because they know I'm not wrong. That's the sad part. They know I'm not wrong. They know I'm right about this game as well. And today we are going to be dissecting this. We're going to be dissecting, this in a way that makes sense, as we're 280 days out until GTA 6 roughly. And we will be pulling the curtain back on what I would like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, in case you have forgotten. So we have a new chart here today, and it wasn't AI made, custom made, okay? So we put some time into it. We custom made it. And it's going to be fantastic. It's what we love to see. Jack Bitten's in the building coming through.
941 super chatted £4.99.
Right out of the womb. She was a cage fighter, and that is the plot of the game. Strong, woke, independent, and you guys are pretending that it's anything but that, which is hilarious to me, but it's just the hypocrisy of the losers that inhabit the internet. I mean, quite frankly, the internet itself isn't toxic. It's the weirdos and losers that inhabit it. But I will say this, you take a look at Battlefield 6, Jack Bitten coming through with a $5 super chat. But if you take a look at Battlefield 6 1 week ago, or whenever that first beta was, everyone loved it, right? It was a fantastic experience. We're so back. I hate that saying. It's so cringe. It's like, go get a fucking job. We're so back, by the way. Like, these boomers need to move on from video games, right? If you're 40 years old still playing video games and not making money from it, you need to move on, because you're mentally unwell. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. And you have so many of these cringe lords coming out of the woodwork and saying, Battlefield is back. We're so back. Okay, well, what happened? Because Battlefield Beta just came back this past weekend, and now no one likes it. What happened? You guys fell off. 111's coming through yet again. It's what we love to see. The lasers are being deployed heavily here today.
What's next, Michael? Metal Gear Solid.
GTA 6, that's what's next right now.
You going to stream
it? Yes, we're going to cover what needs to be covered in a way that makes sense. But right now, today, we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Tomorrow, there is a Gamescom event that we might very well be covering, so make sure you stay tuned for that. As the 111 is coming through here with the two-time Tony Hawk combo. Yeah, and in a way that makes sense. These people are losers, I'll tell you that right here and right now. I've never seen such a loser club in my life. And I'm not talking about you guys that are watching. I'm just talking about the people that aren't watching, and some of those that maybe are watching from the sidelines. I mean, you guys are absolute losers. But I will tell you, because you're just not a part of it. I mean, you're not a part of it. You never will be a part of it. And you made your choice to throw the towel in. And sucks to be you, because we got over 2 million views on, well over 2 million views on without your help. So, I mean, it's just funny how it works. But it seems like, you guys have fallen off a cliff, really, honestly. You have no motivation, no energy. You don't, when was the last person to comment and say, hey, Michael, when's the next stream? No one. Right? It's just you don't care when I go live, and that's the problem. You need to start caring, and I don't know how to get you to do that, because I've been trying for 13 years. The only way we can get people to care is if they hate our guts, and that's a sad situation, but it's just the truth, unfortunately. So you have to play the heel character, and you have to get people to really hate you, and then they start buying into it, investing into it, and they just become weirdos, and but they just show their natural habitat, really, honestly. It's a sad situation. So the 1-1-1 is coming through with the two-time Tony Hawk combo. These people can't be bothered to show up. The Mafia broadcast that we did actually should have had more viewers, but our shorts did phenomenal. Just fantastic numbers on those shorts. And our coverage overall did pretty well on Mafia, the old country. And that game has fallen off a cliff, but they did announce that they are adding free ride mode to the game, which is what I wanted to see. However, that isn't seemingly coming that soon. I think that's a few months away, if I had to take a guess. So better late than never, but nonetheless, there is nothing to do with Mafia, the old country, and I think having that free ride mode their day one would have been fantastic. But that is seemingly coming. They haven't made that official announcement. And we will check that out maybe when it comes out, if the game isn't completely, totally dead by then. But it probably will be, because the conversation has come to a halt on that game. Unfortunately, it was fun discussing it with the fake Mafia fans that wanted to come in and tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about, and that they were trying to excuse the game, and they were saying it was a linear game. They were saying that, it didn't need these details because it was a story game and all this other crap, and it was only $50, and you're expecting Red Dead Redemption levels of detail in the game, and it's like, well, you guys need to get a job. I mean, that's just my reply. You guys need to get a job, okay? Because it's just like, when you set your standards lower and lower and lower, just because the game is a linear story game, or just because the game is $50, then they can continue to make garbage. And, I gave the game a 4 out of 10, but I will say that, the things that the game did right is obviously the cinematics and the cutscene and, the production value and stuff like that. I think, that's obviously, they should have just made an Unreal Engine movie and called it a day, and I think more people would have been ultimately satisfied. And then they could have said, hey, do you guys want a game out of this? I think that could have made more sense. They could have made a short movie using Unreal Engine. Hey, we're the devs of the new Mafia game, but we need to see where we stand right now. So we're going to show you this little short film that we made in Unreal Engine 5. Do you want a game? And I think, honestly, that would have been a better approach, because it's really a movie game, and that's where it strengths is. That's where the strengths are. But you start talking about gameplay and stuff like that, I mean, it's just it's a dime a dozen game. I mean, we played these games over and over and over again, but it's funny how they pick and choose, and it's funny how they have double standards. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece, by the way, and it's, if you really break it down, it's the same thing as Mind's Eye. It's the same thing as Mafia, the old country. Shooting gallery, fighting a bunch of enemies, exposition, riding back to the camp. 25 hours of that. It's a horrible game. I played it back in 2018. It's got an emotional ending, and that's what grips people. Emotion sells. That's why the funeral industry is so big, right? So your loved one passes away, you want to go all out and get the nice casket. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's the reality of it. And it's just like, if you were to strip away that story and just look at the pure gameplay and the mission design and the mission structure, it's just garbage. I mean, it's no different than Mind's Eye, and it's no different than Mafia, the old country, but you have these losers that are so brainwashed into believing that this game is something new and that's where GTA 6 has to come in and say, hey, wait a minute, we're going to do things actually different this time around, right? You're not going to play as Jason and go to this spot, Lucia needs help or some bullshit like that, and then it's shooting gallery, because I'll turn the game right fucking off. Like, I'm not interested in playing that, okay? If they can't figure out a way to do different missions and add variety to the gameplay experience, then it's not worth the 13-year wait or however long it's been. It's just certainly not. So they're going to have to really figure that out in a way that makes sense, because Red Dead Redemption 2 was awful at it, okay? You want to talk about repetitive. You want to say Mafia 3 is repetitive. You want to say Mafia 1 remake is this, that, and the third. You obviously didn't play Red Dead Redemption 2, and it shows. And I can't blame you. I mean, it's just a terrible game. It really is. It's just... oh, it's a snooze fest to sit through that game, I'll tell you that. Plus, you got the woke themes topple on to the storyline and all that stuff, and it's just like, this is not how they would have talked back in 1889. I mean, it would have made absolutely no sense. Look at this right here. Joshua Trump is coming through. Let's get it going in here. It is hot out here, that I can tell you.
6 beta was absolutely fantastic. Can't wait for October. Breath of fresh air.
Well,
what have come this year so far?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know what beta you play, but I will say that we will be probably checking out the campaign and the Battle Royale mode for Battlefield 6, but the current narrative has shifted seemingly. A lot of people don't like the beta the second time around, and I knew that was going to happen because I said, well, they're in the honeymoon phase. They were in that we're so backstage, and then they got more of it, and they realized that they're already getting bored of it, and they're burnt out of it. And I just think it's not necessarily a Battlefield 6 problem. It's just a problem in general of no one wants to play team deathmatch. No one wants to play these game modes that were popular in 2007. I mean, I surely don't. I'd rather play the campaign. I'd rather play Battle Royale because they haven't done a Battle Royale mode, not to a full extent, right? So, I'd rather see those things than just sit there and play a mode that I've already played back in Xbox Live from 2007, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. So it's not of interest to me, and I've already played the beta, and it's just, But if you like it, that's fantastic. But we will be checking out the campaign, and we will be checking out the Battle Royale when those do release, I believe, around October, right? So, but I don't need to play more of the multiplayer. I've already seen enough of that garbage. And, I'm 30-something years old. I don't need to play those games again. I've already played those games again. I've already lived through the boom of the technology and when it was brand new and shiny and Xbox Live was big and everyone had a headset included with the console. I don't need to play that garbage again. I've already done it. It's for this new generation and it's not for me. Look at this right here. Jack Bitten with a 2-time Tony Hawk combo. It's what we love to see. The shadows are coming out.
Cut the grass or get fuel in GTA 6.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be talking about. It is hot as hell out here. There's going to be a motherfucking tornado out here, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, we're going to be discussing that. I'm going to go over some of the things that I would like to see personally in Grand Theft Auto 6. Tomorrow we have Gamescom, which we will be more than likely covering, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And I think they're going to pull the curtain back on some certain games. I think, what was the big game? Resident Evil 9 tomorrow, so we'll see how generic that is. Hopefully it's something interesting. I need to see some interesting gameplay from that game. I don't need to see the same thing over and over again. So if there's parts of Resident Evil 9 that bring something new to the table, we are, certainly interested. But if they're going to show the same thing where, someone's roaming around in an asylum or something like that, I mean, that's just a snooze fest. That's a snooze fest. We don't need to see more of that. So that's, I think, the big game for tomorrow, Gamescom, Jeff Keighley special. And usually those are terrible and boring, but we always love watching a Jeff Keighley special because it's brain rot, really. But, yeah, Resident Evil 9 should be the big game. As Jack Bitten is coming through with a 2-time Tony Hawk combo as well. It's so funny how we get so many views, and these people just can't bother watching live streams. It's a sad situation. Where's all these new subscribers at? Where are all these new viewers at? We got a lot of new viewers. A lot of eyeballs watching the channel. The percentage increase was just totally tremendous. And they're not coming over here to the live streams because, well, we don't want to talk about GTA 6, by the way. Well, that's great. I'm glad you don't want to talk about it because it shows how fake of a gamer you are. Because you'll want to talk about this in 280 days. Everyone's going to want to talk about it in 280 days when they can benefit from it. It's a really sad situation, I'll tell you that. But, it's not surprising, these weirdos and these clout chasers pretend to love video games and all that crap. They don't even play them. I mean, they really don't. I mean, Dreamcast guy doesn't play video games. I haven't seen him ever play a video game. And if I have, it's been a long time ago. So he just sits there and says gaming is the best it's ever been with a fake fucking green screen background. I mean, really, honestly, it's just like, what are we watching here? Like, how does this guy have a fucking audience? I don't understand. I guess I got to dumb shit down in here and act like a retard, and then maybe you guys will actually subscribe. I don't know. It seems like you have to be a retard on the internet in order to be successful. They want a fucking freak show, and it's like, well, I'm willing to give them a freak show, but, I got to see something in return. Yeah, and if there's not that guarantee, then we're not going all in. I'll tell you that right now. Just like an actor, it's like, well, if Johnny Depp wants to play a retard in a movie, it's like he's going to have to see that paycheck before he gets in that role. You know what I mean? So we got Lewis in the building here today. Lewis, you haven't been here in a while. Did the UK put the ban hammer on that internet stuff, or was that all bullshit? They were talking about that internet censorship. That was a big topic about 2 weeks ago, and haven't heard anything about it since. Something to complain about 24/7. Unreal. The Mafia fans thought they could compete with GTA 6. Well, they were excusing everything. They were saying I was playing the game wrong. They were saying it's a $50 movie game and that you shouldn't play the game this way. And how dare you explore the game world despite the game actually having a dedicated mode for it? Like, it's just unbelievable. And, I mean, it had a good story. It had an okay story, and it was somewhat impactful. I didn't cry at the end of the story. But with that said, I think it worked for what it did. Certainly some woke themes sprinkled in. But yeah, this is one where if the video stores were still around, you would go to the video store like in the 90s and you would rent a video game and then play it for a couple of days and beat it and then return it. That's kind of what this game is. But like I said, well, if they add free ride mode in, and they are seemingly doing that in the coming months, they can add some more longevity to the game and add more value to the game. And by then, the price might drop a little bit, so I think it might be more worth it. But that shit should have been there day one, to be honest. I think the free ride stuff should have been there day one, and because the Explore mode is, it's funny how they named it like that. They said, everyone thought Explore mode was free ride mode, and they were saying, no, wait a minute, we have a whole separate mode coming later in the next few months or whenever, and it's actually free ride mode, and this is going to provide a little bit more content to the open world, which is obviously much needed. And I think if the game had launched with that, I think it would have been scored highly. I would have probably gave it a 7 out of 10, maybe a 7.5 out of 10 if the game had free ride mode on the disc and was there day one for you to roam around Sicily and fight enemies and do that stuff. I think that would have added, something is better than nothing. And it's a shame that they didn't have that stuff ready day one, because I think that would have actually helped the review scores. But it's actually a smart decision when you think about it, because they could remarket it and say, hey, look, Mafia's back with this big brand new update with all this new content on the free ride mode. And then, some players who missed out on the initial release will go and buy it for the first time. And, so it's basically a two-plan strategy. And that's what you have to do with single-player games, and that's why Dead Space Remake flopped, because they didn't do that. They didn't have a roadmap for free content. You have to have a roadmap for free content on a single-player game in 2025. I mean, it's just not going to be successful at all. There's no way you can produce a single-player, unless you're one of the big dogs, right? If you're one of the big dogs, it's a totally different story. But if you're just a small independent developer or AA, whatever the hell, putting out a single-player game and then having nothing else after is just... that ain't going to do well. It's just not. I mean, you're going to have initial great probably sales, and then after that they'll fall off really, really, really hard. The fake English speaking in Mafia is cringe. Okay. Well, we're not talking about Mafia. I've already covered Mafia extensively. I just brought it up to give you guys an understanding of, that's where the game should have been. But we're done with our coverage of Mafia: The Old Country. There's nothing more that I need to say about the game. I've already beaten it. And we've already seen the Explore mode. When they add the free ride mode, we will probably jump back in. I don't know if we'll stream it, but we'll jump back in and we'll see what they have to, what it has to offer in free ride mode. But we've already covered Mafia: The Old Country. I don't know where you guys were at, but obviously not in here. We already covered the whole game. I beat the whole fucking game, and we were going to beat it again. But GTA 6 will be delayed again. Well, you guys don't care. I've never seen such fake hype for a game. I mean, honestly, I've never seen such fake hype for a game. Like, you would think that this is an independent game. I'm serious. Like, there's no hype for this game right now. I'm serious. There's zero hype for this game right now. It's like a meme. It's just a meme. That's all it is. It's not that people are actually giving a shit about this game, because they really don't. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a weird phenomenon. It's like you literally have the biggest video game on our planet coming in our lifetime. There won't be anything bigger. Even if GTA 7 does come out sooner with the help of AI, it's not going to be as big as this. This is the last classic GTA 6 game, because with the advancements of AI in the next 5, 10, 15 years, gaming is changing forever. And you can't see it right now, but you will in that time frame. But GTA 6 is the last of this dying medium, really, honestly. So it's really a culmination of everything. And that's why the game has to be perfect. That's why the game has to exceed expectations, because it's not only for the boomers, it's for the new generation as well, and it has to culminate everything. It really does. Because in 5, 10, 15 years, there won't be physical media at all. It'll be completely done. It'll be completely done with. And, we don't even know if this game's going to be on disc. This might be the first GTA game that's not on disc. Now, I don't think that they would do that, but there's certainly a possibility. Because this game isn't coming out until 280 days, and, less and less people are going to be buying physical media between now and then. So it continues to dwindle and wane. So tomorrow we have Gamescom. and we will be covering that. We need you fake Resident Evil fans to tune in so we can block you. And because you guys love shilling garbage. That's what I've noticed. You guys are straight-up consumers. You love shilling garbage. It's just a sad situation. I mean, it really is. They just love consuming trash, total garbage. As long as it's brand new and shiny and it hits, the spot, they love it. They don't care about quality. Couldn't care less. They're defending a $50 Mafia game and they're saying, well, it doesn't need to have this detail. It doesn't need to do this. It's just a sad situation. I still think physical fans are standing standing wrong, but I see what the Switch game cards. Yeah, the Switch game. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I've tested this out day one. The first party Switch games, Donkey Kong, you put it in the Switch, it just works. It's just like 1985. It really is. It's just like 1985. No internet required. If you buy the first party Switch 2 games, and don't even get me started on Switch 2. Someone needs to donate $500 right now, and I'll go off on a whole fucking rant on that console. Because here's what I'll say about that console. You can go to any website right now, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, wherever, and you can get a Nintendo Switch 2. Okay? Not only that, but you can walk into your store, more than likely right now, and they'll have Switch 2s just sitting there. The point is, and how many months has it been? 3 or 4 months since the launch? The console's dead. Nintendo has shipped another Wii U situation, and it's so damn sad that I could tell you. Okay? The console has officially flopped, and do not bring up numbers in here about how, it was the fastest selling console. Everyone wants it. Well, clearly the demand is done, right? Clearly the demand is done. The stock is sitting on the shelf. If the demand were high, the consoles wouldn't be just sitting there. So it's over. No one wants a Switch 2, and it's over. They have launched another Wii U, and it's a sad situation, that I could tell you. There's no games to play on it. The only big game they have for later this year is Metroid, and that's coming to Switch 1, which is going to satisfy the 100-plus million people that have Switch 1. So the Switch 2 is a total colossal failure. And, I'm not saying there's still time for it to rebound, but right now, the fact that you can buy this console just about a few months away since initial launch is ridiculous to me. So if you see any of these Nintendo fanboys defending it and saying it's a very successful console, well, they're obviously stupid as hell. Because it's not.
Georgie Fuents 94 super chatted $5. Rockstar better not play GTA.
It is hot out here, and Georgie is coming through hard and strong with the $5 super chat. It's what we love to see. Georgie is in the building here today, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense with that red balloon with the $5 super chat. He says, Rockstar better not delay GTA 6. Well, if they delay it, I'm going to stop covering it. I really just don't care at this point. If they delay it another time. But I think we're going to have a better understanding in just a couple of months. I think by November or October, maybe early December, if we don't hear anything, then you can bet you can bet that this game is more than likely going to get delayed again, because at that point, we're just 4 or 5, 6 months away from launch. They got to get things ramping up, right? So if December of 2025 comes around and there's still nothing on this game, then I do believe very much so that this game will be delayed. And that's not what people want to hear. And I really couldn't care less at that point. They can keep it delayed and they can keep it in the oven for as long as they need, because I don't need to see what's in the oven. You know what I mean? I don't even care what's in the oven anymore. So if they do delay the game again, quite frankly, we just don't care. Okay, we're not talking about Zombie U. You guys need to go back to the Zombie U stream and comment on that. So then we won't look at your comment. You guys love bringing up the past, okay? This is the problem with your life. Like, you just got to move the fuck on. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care if you watched the show 5 million years ago and you loved and adored the show 5 million years ago. I just don't care. Why would I care? I care about the now. I don't care about tomorrow's stream. I care about today's stream, okay? I don't care about the stream that we did 5 days ago. I just don't care. We've already did it. So we're living in the moment, okay? Something you guys got to work on. Since you can't afford Dr. Phil, well, talk to JetGPT or something. I won't fucking tell you. But I will say this. We do have a chart here today that we're going to be breaking down on what we would like to see for Grand Theft Auto 6. Tomorrow should be a little bit of a bigger show because you guys obviously can't be bothered to tune in, can't be bothered to support, can't be bothered to hit the like button. It's just like I have no motivation to go live. And you know, some of you guys actually enjoy the show, and that's fantastic, but it's like we don't really have motivation to go live anymore. You know, I mean, I can try and do a live stream every single day, but it's like, well, you certainly can't do the walking streams, and that's why we put on so much fucking weight. It's because you guys can't be bothered to give a shit about it anymore. And it's like, well, that's why we're fat now. I mean, it's really, I hate to, say it like that, but it's just the fucking truth. Georgie's coming through yet again. Let's go. Pick up the fucking pace. Let's go, folks. Hit the fucking like button. Share the broadcast. 3 things that you can do to help out support this show. Jesus Christ. I Show Speed's doing his American tour. This is going to be fucking content. I can't wait to see this. I Show Speed just announced as Georgie's coming through with the $5 super chat. You love to see it. Let's get those lasers out. I think we missed the first set of lasers, so we owe you 2 lasers there. So the second set of lasers coming up right here, right now. Georgie with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo coming through with the $5 super chat yet again. Tell me, Michael, what are you looking forward to in GTA 6? Well, if you hang tight, we will be showing you a chart that we put together and what we would like to see in GTA 6. Now, of course, these are just a few things. There's much more, but we wanted to condense it down in a way that makes sense. Georgie in the building, plowing through. I didn't fall off. Hey, buddy, I just got 2 million motherfucking views. How did I fall off? Doesn't make sense. I got more views than I've ever gotten before. Didn't fall off. You fell off. Look in the fucking mirror. I didn't fall off, motherfucker. I can show you my analytics, and the numbers don't lie, bitch. So go fuck yourself. 2 million plus views on both platforms. Biggest numbers since Cyberpunk. Shut your bitch ass up. Got to get these mods on top of this stuff. This is why we don't do this shit anymore. I'm not going to be the punching bag if y'all ain't going to fucking be supportive, okay? But you'll run to these gossip forums and start talking shit and doing all this other cringe crap. And then when it's time for Michael to go live, can't be bothered to show up. Got excuses that I'm busy. It's just unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. But that's okay because we just won't go live. You know, you guys aren't showing the support that we used to get. And that's okay. Maybe we don't need it anymore.
What you doing up there?
At Eastside 49er super shattered 5.
Look at this right here. 49er coming
the
through.
The golden age of gaming was 1998 to 2013. The last true upgrade for consoles was the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was
the
it.
The last decade of gaming has been trash.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, what are we supposed to say to that? If we just totally dismiss every single game that releases, well, there's just no light at the end of the tunnel. And I already said, you know, GTA 6 is the big game that I'm waiting for. I couldn't care less about any other game, right? I mean, you know, there's pit stops that we'll take. But in terms of me actually giving a shit, Grand Theft Auto 6 is the big one. As it should be. You know, it's Rockstar Games. Obviously, it's a different Rockstar Games than when they were in their prime. But, you know, hopefully there's some still good engineers over there that can really put something together that's going to be mind-blowing. I want my jaw on the floor. 13-year wait, $2 billion game, $1 billion game, I think, officially. I mean, we need something really special here and not a disposable shooting gallery game with a bunch of missions that are just a bunch of yapping. I mean, it's just getting tiring. So San Francisco 49er in the building coming through with the 5. And I think they're on a winning streak. Got the NFL coming up here. And we got bugs crawling around as well. But he says the golden age of gaming was 1998 to 2013. Yeah, well, we started, I think, our channel in 2011, and that was, I would say, the decline of gaming. I think right around there. I think it started to really fall off. The Xbox 360, especially. I mean, the late Xbox 360 era wasn't as strong as the early Xbox 360 era from 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 11. But right around there, I think there was a shift, especially with PlayStation, you know, that Last of Us garbage. Ugh. Like really, like no one is talking about like how The Last of Us basically was like the cancer that got injected into the gaming industry and it's just spread throughout, and now they want to make all these fucking walking movie simulator games because, you know, a bunch of fucking failed filmmakers wanted to like justify their talent by like, hey man, our game is fucking cinema, and you know we failed as a filmmaker, but we have this very cinematic game. Hey Hollywood guys, can you watch our game? And it's just like, this is cringe. It's garbage. The Last of Us Part 1 is trash. It's junk. Terrible story, makes zero fucking sense. The gameplay is garbage. You got to carry around fucking ladders and Ellie, and it's just junk. It's a stupid game for a bunch of fucking losers. Really, honestly, I hate to say it, but it is. It's a stupid game for a bunch of fucking losers. It's junk. The Last of Us is trash. There's no storyline in the game. It's just some fucking like hobo that gets a shotgun and says, he walks into a camp and Ellie has, I don't even know. It's just a junk storyline. There's no ending. Joel is who gives a shit? And then they go and they, Neil Druckmann finally fulfilled that fantasy of like, oh wow, we can turn this story that we wanted to actually, be taken seriously. We bring it to HBO. So now it actually can win awards and be solidified as a serious, in a serious medium, because no one's going to take our story seriously on the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. Them games, no one ain't going to play. But you take it to HBO, and now people are tuning in, they're locking in, and it's just a terrible show because it's a terrible game, So it's just a sad situation. But right around there is, I think, when gaming really died and fell off. The Xbox 360 era was the best. Yeah, well, there was more functionality in gaming, and I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a game dev, but it's just clear that there was a drop-off somewhere. And it's ironic because the hardware got better. Everything objectively got better on that side, but the games went backwards, or they went in different directions, and it's just really sad, It really is sad. I mean, you just had more functionality in your games from 15-plus years ago. You did. They might have not as great graphics as the games that come out today, but they have better functionality, better physics, better AI. And we're not talking about the AI of today. We're talking about, the AI enemies and how they would, correspond to the player, what the player did or didn't do. It's a sad situation. And that's why I said, well, GTA 6 is going to have to be that game that just wins gamers back over. I mean, I don't know of any other game that can do it. Battlefield is more of the same. Who cares? And you know what's funny? They just updated. Where's that Joshua Trump guy? Bro, I swear to God, I seen this today, and maybe I misread it. But, bro, they just put out Beta 2 for Battlefield 6. This is how you destroy Battlefield. They have so much hype going. The normies love this garbage, right? Or the internet basement crowd. They love this Battlefield 6 garbage, right? Because 2042 is so terrible, despite the problems still persisting in Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 apparently doesn't have a server browser. I guess no one cares now. That was one of their major complaints with Battlefield 2042. But with that said, today they just dropped an update for Battlefield 2042, and they added a fucking new map into the game. What are you guys doing over at EA? Hey guys, here's Battlefield 6, but we're going to update this game that you fucking hate, and we're going to give you a new map so that we hope that you go in and play it. And it's like, are you guys serious right now? What a way to kill the hype. like now you're going to advertise the game that no one wants to fucking play, and you're going to add an all new map in there? Maybe I misread that. Maybe that's not what's going on, but it looked like there was a fucking brand new volcano map in Battlefield 2042. And you're just coming off of the beta for Battlefield 6, and now you're telling your players to go play that game that they don't like to play. I just think that's just not how you market your new game. I think that's a mistake. I think that's crazy. Yeah, we've already played Battlefield 6. I don't need to play it more. I mean, we'll play the campaign and stuff like that. And if the campaign's great, I'll say it's worth $70. I don't need a multiplayer mode. I really don't. If Call of Duty this year can also provide a strong campaign, we don't need a multiplayer mode. That I could tell you. We don't need a multiplayer mode. We don't need a multiplayer mode. We need... okay, we're lagging here. Let's see what's going on. This is completely frozen, folks. It is hot out here. And... we're going to try and get it back online here. Okay, so you tell these new gamers to try older stuff and they turn their nose. Yeah, they just can't handle it. They just can't handle it. They just really can't handle it. I seen a TikTok of someone saying Battlefield 6 is peak. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just... it's a new generation of gamers, and they want to experience greatness or something. I don't know. It's a sad situation. I hope Rockstar sees the outrage of the normal gamers to see the trash that's been turned up. It's a sad situation. The problem is not only the internet basement like this stuff. Well, this is a game that's going to bring the normies back to gaming, and we're talking in a big way. You're never going to see anything like this again, and that's what I said. I said this is going to be fantastic because, you think Battlefield 6 is going to bring the normies back, and it might to some extent, maybe a little bit of the Madden and FIFA crowd, but what's really going to happen is GTA 6 is going to bring back the normies in ways that we haven't seen before. That's what we're talking about.
Hey there, Michael. Do you think we will be able to feed players to the animals in GTA 6? Sharks, crocodiles?
I mean, I would hope. You can already do that in Red Dead 2, and you can do that in Mafia 3, so I would hope that's certainly the case. And it's just, I hate to bring up Mafia again because I said we're done with it, but it's just like, I can't believe you guys are saying Mafia 3 is trash. Just say, I'm not going to get into it, but it's just like, how is the game trash when it has more gameplay? Like, there's 30 hours, but the game is repetitive, by the way. Mafia 3 is such a repetitive slog, by the way, but Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't. Have you guys even played Red Dead Redemption 2? Oh, but the story is better, so therefore we're more locked into these mundane missions. The gameplay design is the same. Go to this camp, clear out enemies, get back on the horse, exposition. It's the same thing as Mafia 3. All these games are the same. You guys want to pretend like they're all different. They're all the same. But it's funny how they want to compare Mafia 3 to Mafia of the Old Country, and it's like, dude, Mafia 3 is a fucking video game, and Mafia of the Old Country is an Unreal Engine movie with a little bit of gameplay to satisfy that craving. And that's why I said, the Mafia devs should have said, hey, here's our short film. This is the tone and the direction that we want to go with Mafia of the Old Country. Let's put out this short film. Let's see how people feel about it. They really like it. They really think it's fantastic. Okay. We'll start designing a game around this. And I don't know. It's just gotten to the point where these fucking games are just movie games. None of the Mafia games are like what we just played. I mean, there's no free ride. There's just nothing. Patches can fix it, but by the time that gets fixed, no one's going to care. They're moving on to the next game. So they need to be working hard at Hangar 13 to get that patch out as fast as possible while it's still somewhat relevant, because the hype is going to completely dissipate if it hasn't already very quickly, very shortly. Rockstar Games will kill GTA 6 before its release. ID stuff, censorship, wokeness. Well, that's what needs to happen, quite frankly. I mean, you look at society today, and it's just a sad situation. And, this game doesn't... I agree with it. I think ID verification... I already said this. I literally said this weeks and weeks ago before this shit was a real thing. I said, little Johnny shouldn't be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. And if little Johnny can access the PlayStation Store and press a couple of buttons and get the damn game downloaded, I mean, that's a problem in my opinion. So... if they come up with a system where it's like, well, the user has to verify their ID to buy the game, that's what's needed. I'm not against that at all. It's a mature game. Mature gamers should be playing it. In my opinion, they should raise the age to 25 and above to play Grand Theft Auto 6. That's when the brain fully develops according to science. And that makes the most sense to me, Keep it locked in for mature gamers. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it at all. And then you can actually go out with you can go all out with the gore, and you can go all out with the crazy stuff, because it's a game for mature gamers. So I don't know why you guys are fighting against that and saying, oh, there's an ID required for GTA. Who gives a shit? It's for mature gamers. Why would you care? You guys are all mature. I don't understand the argument. Mafia 3 was never able to overcome its launch reputation like Cyberpunk. Who cares? Actually, the game was better when it had bugs. There's a lot of great bugs in Mafia 3. But you have to play it on the old consoles. It won't work on Series X as well. You got to play it on the PS4 or Xbox One with the hard drive, and you got to play it without the patches installed, and you'll see some crazy stuff. The game will literally crash. There's infinite police that come after you. It's insane. Doesn't matter. Video games are interactive. This is passive right here. What we're doing is passive entertainment. You guys especially don't interact with, because you guys are lazy as hell. But this is passive entertainment. Grand Theft Auto 6 is interactive. You can control the player and do crazy things, and it's a very different experience. Don't even get me started on that shit. You're literally comparing a movie as passive entertainment. You don't interact with the movie. You don't direct the movie. You don't pick the scenes. You don't pick what the characters do and don't. Okay? Totally different. When you got the controller in your hand, you're controlling the character. I'm not going to get into it. You guys are stupid. Get a job and get an education. Jesus Christ. Who gives a shit? I mean, honestly, who gives a shit? If Rockstar wants my ID to buy the game, I don't give a fuck. Here's my ID. Like, do you guys not go outside? You want to go to a bar? Guess what? You got to show them your ID. Do you want to not do that? Okay, then you don't get into the bar. That's how that shit works, guys. You guys are so dumb. Probably you guys don't even have IDs. Fucking pathetic fat people just sitting around all day and doing nothing. It's a sad situation. It's an epidemic. That's why this game should be canceled, or at least there should be new restrictions in place so that these weirdos can't play this fucking game. They shouldn't be allowed to play the game. God. That's what Jack Thompson was fighting for. It's a mature game for mature gamers. And that's what Jack Thompson was fighting for. He was fighting for, well, if you're of age, you can buy the game and play it. But if you're not, then that's where the problem stands. And back then, you couldn't download the game off of the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Marketplace. You had to go to the store, and if the cashier would check, because it would ring up and say, is the customer 18 or 17 or whatever the case was back then. But that's how you had to do it. And some employees cared, some didn't. But now you can just press two buttons on PlayStation Store and just start downloading whatever. And that's way worse. So I would argue Jack Thompson needs to come back for GTA 6. You don't want this in front of immature gamers. You just don't want this game in front of immature gamers, especially with the fidelity and the graphics and the gore and the violence and just, the immersiveness that this game is promising. I mean, you really just don't want this. You guys aren't understanding. This isn't your another run-of-the-mill game. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Yes, this game is going to be woke. Yes, this game is going to have censorship. Yes, this game is probably going to be disappointing in a lot of fucking ways. But I think on the flip side, you have to understand the magnitude of this game. In 280 days, if the game doesn't get delayed, you're going to see some serious shit. There's going to be less cars on the fucking road in real life. I'm serious. There's going to be less cars on the road in real life. Okay? You're going to see mom and pop shops closed because they're not coming into work. They want to play Grand Theft Auto 6. And you can laugh and sit there and say, you don't know what I'm talking about, but in 280 days, if the game doesn't get delayed and the game actually does come out, then you will see the effects of this game. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't ever experience this again. It's a once-in-a-generation thing. And, this is crazy. It's like the Beatles coming to America. So you have to be there to experience it. And in 15 years, those gamers are not going to experience the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6. They might have GTA 7 by then. And, the boomers can say, holy shit, we were there for Grand Theft Auto 6, and it was the biggest video game launch in history. And it will. Look at this. Jack Bitten's already taken off work. What a Chad. Jack Bitten has already taken off work. Yeah, I'd love to not stream it and just play it, but we have to cover it. I mean, it's just a once in a lifetime day. It's a once in a lifetime day, May 26, 2026. It's like we got to be on our A game that day. There's no excuses. We got to have everything set up. We got to have just a fantastic broadcast. I mean, really, honestly. You took the day off for Cyberpunk. Can you imagine? Why did you do that? You didn't listen to me. I had the game a week early. I was trying to warn you guys that the game was terrible, but you didn't want to listen because you guys are losers. We have a chart here today. We're waiting for you guys to hit the like button, waiting for you guys to get in here with some energy. We need energy in here. I've been live in about a week or so. And we just came off of the biggest views since Cyberpunk. I could show you the chart, but you guys don't care. I have more views. And I thought we had a great viewership for Starfield. Maybe the live streams are a little bit more bigger, but it doesn't matter. It's just things have evolved in 5 years since we've been doing this consistently. So attention spans are getting shorter. People want short-form content, and clearly that's where to go. They just will not sit here with you unless it's a big show. It seems like you have to have a big show and things planned out. And the only people that can afford to do that and really make that work in a way that makes sense are the big streamers, top dog streamers. So it's just really hard to do. Requires a team. But that's okay because the short form content is really working tremendously. We got big time views on our short form content, and the comments are just funny. Just the same. It's just a bunch of drones. You know, how dare you criticize a $50 game? How dare you play this game this way? I mean, it's just like you guys are losers. This is why the games industry is in the shitter. I can make a better game in AI, and in 5 years you'll be able to make a full 3D game in AI that's just completely mind blowing. Like deadass. In 5 years from now, yeah, you're going to be able to make your own video game in AI, and it's going to be fully 3D, and it's going to be amazing. And that's it. The games industry is done. Because if we can do it independently, and it just comes from what we want to put out in our imagination into a video game. I mean, just think about that. That's assuming, of course, if the technology can catch up. I think 5 years, half a decade. I think that's when it's going to catch up. So if we look at it now, what is this year? What year is it? 2025. 2025. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2030. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Maybe even sooner than that. Maybe 3 years. You'll be able to make your own game, and you can already do it, but there's obviously limitations still. But I'm talking in 3 to 5 years, 8 years, you're going to make your own games through the comfort of your home. There's no need for game developers anymore. The only game developers that are going to last are the premium game developers. So that's it. I mean, there's no independent scene anymore. It's just going to be a totally different dynamic and totally different ball game, and you guys aren't getting it or understanding it, but you will in 5 to 10 years. You're going to come back to this and be like, "Damn, I miss this era of gaming." That's how this shit's going to be shifting very quickly. PlayStation 6 will obviously have an AI button on the fucking DualShock 6 or whatever they call it. DualSense 6 or whatever they call the controller these days. And you'll be able to talk to it, and it'll be LLM, and you'll be able to fucking ask it anything, and it's just going to change the way gamers consume the games. It's going to change the way gamers complete the games. It's going to change a lot of things. And it is what it is. As I said, this is the last era before that shit really starts taking off. When the PlayStation 6 comes out, it's going to have AI features built in, Xbox Series X2 AI features built in. It's all going to be there, and for better or worse. So it's over. This is, I'm telling you, this is the last, there's still a little bit of, the 90s video game shit in our current modern games. Like, just the way we consume games, like physical media, that's so fucking 90s. You don't go to a fucking music store and buy a CD unless it's vinyl. Like, no one's doing that anymore. Right, unless you're a collector or some shit, like you just stream your music. No one goes out and buys movies anymore unless you're a collector. You just stream your movies, right? The fact that you're still even able to go out and buy physical media is kind of fucking crazy. And just 5 years ago, it was still big for gaming. But it's almost over now, completely over, because even the discs that you buy now, and this wasn't a thing. The discs that you buy now, most of them don't even have the game on them now. And that's actually a brand new thing. That's a new development within the past couple of years itself. So, but with that said, you can get Madden 26, and I believe that's fully on the disc. Mafia: The Old Country, that's fully on the disc. And it has Explore Mode as well. I didn't think it even had that, but it has Explore Mode as well. So if you want to go out and support those games and you want to own that game and you know that you own it and it's fully on the disc, there you go. Then go out and buy the fucking game. I don't know what to tell you. But you'll start seeing less and less of that stuff. They'll completely require internet. All the Ubisoft games require internet now, even if they're single player, which is insane. Rockstar is going to do what Rockstar wants to do because they know they got you hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, it's a real conversation. Well, let's get the support up in here. Hit the fucking like button. Share the broadcast. You guys are low on these. This is why we don't go live. Don't respond to trolls. You got to just time them out. I know it's hard, but. Okay, we're going to come over here and we're going to dissect GTA 6, what we would like to see in the game. Tomorrow we're going to be covering Gamescom. There should be a few more hundred viewers in here. If they can't be bothered to come in then we got Resident Evil 9 tomorrow and whatever Jeff Keighley has in store. But I want to see Resident Evil 9 in a new way. I don't need to see this asylum bullshit or whatever they're showing. That looks generic to me. I want to see the open world element in Resident Evil 9. I want to see a Leon S. Kennedy roaming throughout Raccoon City in the abandonedness on the fucking motorcycle bike or whatever the gimmick is in that game. That's what I want to see. And then maybe it's like, okay, there might be something new here. I need to see something new from that game, not just the same old spooky corridor with the fucking monster coming out of the hallway and shit like that. Like that's kind of repetitive and old. But if the game morphs into something different, then, we're going to be more interested in RE9. But the hype for that game is completely dead. Resident Evil fell off really hard. I mean, it really did. They made those remakes. They got their nostalgia. And they knew that those were going to be big, RE2 remake and RE3 remake and RE whatever remake. And there's still a few left, but they're just taking so long to put these games out now. It's not even funny. Okay, let me check on something here. If it starts storming, we're going to have to wrap this up early. Okay, so with that said, folks, we just talked about Mafia 3 Free Ride. I need you to start locking in. We're going to come over here to the chart that we made custom. And this is called What We Hope to See in Grand Theft Auto 6. What the hell is that noise? Holy shit. Okay, so this is what we hope to see in Grand Theft Auto 6. We need you to lock in. We're nearly 280 days away until Grand Theft Auto 6. No one else is covering this game right now because they're fake gamers. Just couldn't be me. So we're going to come down here. Yeah, and we're going to show you what we would like to see. Now, this might be an outrageous list here, but nonetheless, what we hope to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, mind you, Rockstar is aiming to exceed expectations here with Grand Theft Auto 6, and we'll find out if that is the case in 280 days as we continue to pull the curtain back here, and we get to our first reason. Is this even scrolling? I don't think it's working. Okay, now it is working. So this is what we hope to see in Grand Theft Auto 6. We need you to lock in here and lock in a way that makes sense. Here we go. And you can disagree until the cows come home, but I guarantee some of this stuff is going to be in the game to at least a certain extent. So right here, the first system that we would like to see here in Grand Theft Auto 6 is the fuel system, okay? This is what we hope to see in Grand Theft Auto 6. So if Georgie, you're still in here, we are dissecting it right now. This is what we hope to see in GTA 6, and this is just some of the bigger things. We obviously can make a list of 50 things that we would like to see, but we only ended up by 3 or 4 things, but we wanted to really lock it down in here. So fuel system right here. Where cars require gas, players will eventually need to refill at gas stations. This needs to be in the game. And I'm not going to explain why, because if you can't figure it out, well, then I can't help you. You know what I mean? It's really that simple. So we need a fuel system, and that's just the first one. We need a fuel system in Grand Theft Auto 6. I need weight to the cars. The cars need to be the focal point of this game because it's in the title of the game, right? So we need to come back to the drawing board. If I were at Rockstar and they hired me and I said, creatively, what do I want to do with Grand Theft Auto 6? Let's make the car the epicenter of the experience because that's what you're primarily in, right? You're in a vehicle. Okay, we need to add some weight to that, right? And I don't mean physically, I mean like we need to add some depth to that, right? So how do we do that? Fuel system. It's starting to rain out here, folks. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's fucking raining. It's raining out here. Well, we got to wrap it up. There's no support anyway. We got to wrap it up. It's raining out here. Unreal. Yeah, the rain is here. Well, we might have to wrap this up. Well, I thought they said it was coming later. Unreal. Yeah, we might have to wrap this one up, folks. Let's give it a few more minutes here, and then we'll see if it keeps coming down consistently. We do have to wrap it up. We can't jeopardize the equipment for a bunch of people that can't be bothered to support. I mean, it's a sad situation how you guys have just fallen off here. You can't support World Class, but if World Class had 10,000 viewers, your ass would be up in here supporting, wouldn't you? And we know how fake you guys are. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and continue to go through this here. Hope to see in GTA 6 the fuel system where cars require gas. Players will eventually need to refill at gas stations. Now, this is a controversial topic, believe it or not, but I think that this makes sense. You have to go back to really the, epicenter of how you traverse in this game, and that's, of course, the vehicle. So you got to add weight to that. I would even add oil changes. But it's not something that would be annoying. I mean, in Red Dead Redemption 2, in order to get the most out of the horse, you got to feed the horse, you got to take care of the horse, but you don't really have to, right? So that's what I think this needs to have in Grand Theft Auto 6 is the fuel system. And we haven't seen that yet. You know, people argue in here and they will say that it's already confirmed. That's bullshit because I haven't seen it. And we've gone through a lot of the screenshots. We've gone through all of the screenshots in Trailer 1 and Trailer 2, and there's just nothing that shows that that's actually in the game, but they still want to pretend like it is. I don't understand. Okay, so with that said, we need at least 85% explorable interiors. 85% explorable interiors. Okay, that's the number we're going to give it. 85% explorable interiors.
What you doing up there?
And look at this right here. 49ers coming through hard and strong with a $20 super chat.
Whatever slop the industry gives
We're getting the
them.
motherfucking fireworks out.
FPS games. Clue destroyed third-person shooters. DEI hires have infested the industry for the last 10 years.
They really have.
Now they are getting fired, and people cry, lol, smiley faces.
It's a sad situation. The 49ers are just coming through, and they're plowing through so tremendously, and in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see. Big-time support right there. Love that orange super chat coming through and just coming through so tremendously hard and so tremendously strong, and in a way that makes sense. We're going to reread that. 49ers is in the building here with a two-time Tony Hawk combo and just coming through in a way that makes sense. And again, let's go ahead and get the fireworks out as Mr. 49er is in the building here today and plowing through so tremendously with the hard and strong $20 super chat. It is what we love to see, that I could tell you, just coming through so tremendously strong and in a way that makes sense. And as we continue to get those fireworks out, we're going to go ahead and read this. The rain is seemingly approaching, so we might have to wrap this up because it's already getting a little wet out here, and that's a sad situation, but it is what it is. The Zoomers will eat whatever slop the industry gives them. BR destroyed FPS games. I'm assuming Battle Royale. Battle Royale destroyed first-person shooter games. The Last of Us destroyed third-person shooters. DEI hires have infested the industry for the last 10 years. Now they're getting fired and people cry. I know, it's insane. It's insane. Because secretly these people they love woke themes. They really do. They come out of the closet. They pretend like we're anti-woke, but they love the wokeness. Because that's what feeds them. That's what puts the food on the table. So if none of these games had woke themes, they wouldn't be getting paid. You know what I mean? So they have to low-key love the woke themes. They really hope more DEI hires come in because it gets more clicks and puts more food on the table for a lot of creators. So they all love it. They all voted for Biden anyway. It's just a sad situation. That's what we're talking about. 49ers just in the building and plowing through hard and strong and in a way that makes sense. Okay, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is considered a masterpiece. We can look at the Metacritic. I'm not going to argue that, right? You have to take care of your horse in that game because if you don't, the horse goes slower. It's not like the game doesn't let you complete it, but there are some caveats. So that's how the car, in my opinion, should be in Grand Theft Auto 6. You should have to get oil changes, and the fuel system. I don't think it should be that crazy, but I think like Mafia 2 or some shit like that. I think it's a welcome addition. So. And I do believe that they will add it too. I do believe that there will be some sort of a fuel system, at least for the single player. But like I said, 85% explorable interiors, even if they're procedurally generated, we need to be going into these buildings and exploring these buildings here in a way that makes sense.
For like 3,300
Look at this right here.
Super chatted
Look at this right here. They do.
You're right.
I know.
They love woke.
They fucking love it.
They love to hate woke. But without woke, they have nothing.
Yep, because that's their grift, Oh, we're so sick of these woke games, but there they go out and buy them, and they just can't stop talking about them. They love the woke themes. I mean, they're wokies in denial. They really do love it. I still popular names coming through with the 5. It's what we love to see. Now, again, it is starting to get a little weird out here with the weather, but as long as it holds off for now, we will continue. But if it starts coming down really hard and really strong, we're going to have to immediately cut this off here. Well, getting back to this, yeah, they certainly do love the woke themes, but and they love to play double standard on that too. They love to say, well, my favorite game has woke themes, therefore it doesn't matter because it's my favorite game. But this game over here has woke themes, and I'm going to call it out. And it's like, that's just not how you're supposed to cover stuff. But hey, you do you. Look at this right here. So These are the three things that we would like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, a fuel system where cars require gas. Players eventually will need to refill at gas stations. 85%, in my opinion, explorable interiors to impress me. Even if they are procedurally generated, something is better than nothing. I mean, can you imagine walking up to a big skyscraper in this game and you can't go into it? Like, well, even a smaller building for that matter. I guess that would make more sense. A smaller building. Right, we don't need to have these interiors locked off. I mean, that's just insanity. So with the AI stuff and, the technology that they have and the resources that they have and the budget that they have, you would think that this would be, oh, wow, loud thunder. You would think that this would be achievable, but we just don't know. But nonetheless, we need advanced NPC schedules. We need them better than even Red Dead Redemption 2, in my opinion. They're kind of lacking. And it's still raining out here. Unbelievable. But we really need them to be even better in Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, I remember playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and if you don't play the game wrong, if you don't play the game right, the cracks will start to show. If you sit in if you go to the general store in Valentine or some shit, and you sit in there and it closes, the shopkeeper doesn't kick you out, right? And that's what you would think would happen, right? Logically, that's what would happen. But the game just starts to break, right? It just starts to dilapidate in real time, and it's just a very unsatisfying experience. So if you go to the general store or some other store, they eventually do close with the in-game clock, right? But they just stand there. I mean, it's a very rushed game, an undetailed game. And that's where GTA 6 needs to really come in and show that process a lot better and just really flesh that stuff out, because it's just like they ran out of time or money. I don't know. But the normies love it. They don't care. They just couldn't care less about that stuff. But then they're going to go and watch videos about how detailed the game is and stuff like that. It's just unreal. So the last thing that we would love to see, and we saw maybe a glimpse of this in Trailer 1, we need an offline neural network in-game social media system. We saw some of this maybe in Trailer 1. Trailer 2, not so much, unfortunately. So we don't know if that's been dialed back or what even the hell that is. But in my opinion, this would be the most impressive feature of the open world aspects and the dynamic, living, breathing world of Vice City and surrounding areas. Offline neural network in-game social media system. NPCs react to the world around them in real time and dynamically generate content using their phone and upload to the fake in-game social media. So, if you do a crazy stunt and there's an NPC nearby, they might record that and post that on the motherfucking social media, and then you can watch that in real time. So I really don't think, and I'm not a game dev, obviously I don't fucking know, but I don't think that that's impossible. I mean, I really just don't think that that's impossible. It's almost just like the game generating highlights when you really think about it like that. There's plenty of games that after the matchup, it generates highlights automatically for you. And I'm talking about games that were even offline. So it's like if you can just think about it like that, where it's like, okay, you have an NPC, pull an animation, pretend to record, target the player, and then the game is essentially capturing highlights, puts it on the fake in-game social media. So if you're doing something crazy, the only thing that would make it unique is if it didn't just capture what you were doing, but other NPCs as well. And I think this is something that they can pull off. And I think to a certain extent, it very well could be in the game. We got a big storm coming, I'll tell you that. It's getting really dark out here, folks. But that's what we would love to see in Grand Theft Auto 6. We need something that's really going to make this world pop and really going to make this world feel lived in and really dynamic and unpredictable, and I think these are the things that we would like to see. Now, look, we have a lot more, right, that we would like. Oh, my God, Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fuck, we got to get out of here. We're going to die. Holy fucking shit, dude. I've never, oh, my God, what the fuck was that, bro? Bro, the light, I don't know if you guys heard that, but we got to get out of here, bro. Something got hit. The lightning struck something. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. The lightning struck something. Maybe it hit the fucking tree. Rewind it and let me know if you heard that. It was the loudest shit I've ever heard in my life. We got to get out of here. It's getting too crazy. I don't know. The lightning struck something. Maybe the power's out. We got to get out of here. We're going to have to wrap this up. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous, folks. We heard it and the stream lagged too. Maybe the power's out. I have no idea. Yeah, the power could be out. I don't know. Maybe it knocked the power. Maybe it hit a power line or something. I don't know. Guys, we're going to have to wrap it up here. After that, I think it's time to close it out. The thunder is just unbelievable. Hopefully you heard that. That was insane. Yeah, we're going to have to wrap this up here. We can't stay. It's just too wild out here. Too unpredictable with Mother Nature. But we got through what we wanted to say nonetheless. And to recap real quick, hope to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 the fuel system, 85% explorable interiors, advanced NPC schedules, and an offline neural network in-game social media system. Now, you guys can disagree, and I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments when they want to tune in later. I'm like, oh, yeah, I missed the stream. I'm tuning in now. I got some arguments with you, bud. And it's just like, well, continue to be a fake gamer. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm looking for the next revolutionary game here, and that's what this game needs to be providing, something revolutionary, something truly mind-blowing, and something that's just going to really make you feel like you're playing a next-generation video game. The transformer blew up. Something happened. I've never heard lightning that loud, and I got headphones on too, so it really... I've never heard lightning that loud, guys. That was unbelievable. I'm going to check the weather here, see what's really going on. This is unbelievable. Yeah, we're going to have to... Yeah, it might be going the other way. I'm not sure. But the lightning... And I wish we had it on this camera because it might have been in the background. I don't know, but the lightning was unbelievable. I've never heard lightning that loud before. To be honest with you, I've never heard lightning that loud before. It seems like it hit... I think it hit the tree or something. I think it had to have hit the tree and... Something, it hit something, it was so loud. It wasn't like normal thunder. I want NPCs in wheelchairs. Well, that's probably going to be a thing. There's an animation system that we could talk about, but it's really nerdy shit. But I think that's another thing that they could have up their sleeve with this game is the dynamic animation system that is unlike anything that we've ever seen before in a video game, or at least an open world game. I really think that could be something special. The dynamic animation system, which we have seen a little bit of that, presumably, in Trailer 2, where Jason's getting the six-pack and he's walking out of the store, and the NPC comes in and moves aside. That isn't scripted. Well, obviously, I don't know, but it doesn't seem scripted. And it seems like... that could be that new animation system that they're talking about. I think the rain isn't letting up here. Unbelievable, really, honestly. Yeah, we got big situation here. We're gonna have to wrap this up. I think the power's out. I don't know. We're gonna have to wrap this up. I don't think the streetlights are working. It's unbelievable. I don't think the streetlights are working. I think the power's out. I can't tell if the power's out or not. Something's probably not working after that thunder strike. I mean, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up. We got to stay safe. With that said, we're going to wrap it up here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and we will see you later. It's over. Hey there, mister. Who let the simpleton out of this?